Have you ever wondered how a certain solution magically made its way into your production environment? Who deployed it, when, or maybe you initiated a pipeline deployment, but now you are left in the dark. Did it pass? Did it fail? What's happening? Well, you're in luck. Power Platform's Maker Portal has got you covered with the Solution Deployment Tracking feature. This tool allows you to track deployments in progress, verify if they've successfully moved to the next environment, and even check who pushed the big red deployment button. Hi there, I'm Tiyani, and welcome back to our Power Platform tutorial series. Before we jump in, hit that subscribe button, smash the thumbs up button, and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Your support helps keep this content coming. Now, before we dive in, a quick heads up. This feature only works when deploying solutions using pipelines in Power Platform. Manual deployments aren't supported yet. If you're still doing things the old-fashioned way, you might want to check out the Power Platform pipelines to make your deployments as smooth as butter. And who doesn't like butter? Let's jump into the Maker Portal and get started. On the left-hand side sitemap, click on Solutions. Above the Solutions table, you'll see a tile called Deployments. Go ahead and click on it. On this page, you now have access to your deployment history, showing every solution that has moved through your pipelines, deployments in progress, so you can check which solutions are still making their way through the pipeline, or failed deployments, letting you see what went wrong and why. Want to find a specific deployment? Use the search bar in the top right or filter your results by the time range. For example, I will set it to all. I can see two solutions that were deployed successfully. If there were any failures, they would appear under Failed Deployments tile. At the moment, sorting or rearranging columns is not possible, but the default view gives us plenty of useful details, including the solution name, who deployed it, the target environment, the timestamps of your deployment, and the status of your deployment. If you click on a solution name, a side pane will appear with more details, such as the version, the deployment notes, and approval commands, the validations for failed deployments, and support information, which includes environment goods, deployment goods, the stage IDs, and many more to assist you in your troubleshooting. This is super useful when debugging deployment issues or just keeping track of who did what in your environment. Now let's see this feature in action. Let's go back to the solutions. I'm opening the Demo Power Platform pipeline solution. Let's make a change. I'll add an existing table. Click on Add Existing, Table, and then let's search for Contact. There is Contact. Click Next. Let's leave everything as is and click on Add. To deploy, go to Pipeline by clicking on the rocket icon. Select the pipeline if you haven't set up one. Check out my other video linked in the description. Select the pipeline, click Deploy here, click Next. This will start the validation process for your deployment. Once validation completes, verify if everything is in order and click Deploy. As you can see, our solution is still deploying. No need to sit here and watch. Let's go back to the Solution Deployment Tracking. As you can see in the history, looking at the status for our solution, it says deploying. And in the active deployments tile, we have our solution. Once it completes, it will change the status to success. If it fails, it will end in the failed deployment section. If you ever run into issues, check more details section inside the deployment record. Sometimes it might be a minor validation issue that can be fixed easy, like missing dependencies or a conflict between environments. This feature not only helps keep track of what's happening, but also improves governance and accountability within the team. If a deployment fails, you can immediately investigate and take corrective actions without digging through multiple logs. Our solution has successfully deployed and the status has changed to succeeded, and it has now moved from the in progress tile. And that's it. Now you know how to monitor and track solution deployments like a pro. This feature is a game changer for keeping tabs on your deployments and ensuring smooth ALM processes in Power Platform. Before you go, here's a quick pro tip. If you want to further automate your deployment and notifications, consider integrating this feature with Power Automate to trigger alerts when a deployment status changes. This way, you can get real-time notifications about your deployment without manually checking every time. Now, in my Outlook, you can see there's an email that came through. Let's open it and check the details. You can see that I was running a deployment and I got the deployment report for the pipeline deployment that ran in Power Platform. As you can see, it says, "Hi, your deployment has completed," and it failed. And the details are for QA to prod and its status and in when it was created. Now it's easier for me to go and troubleshoot what went wrong with this deployment. To implement this kind of notification, it's easy in Power Automate. In this instance, it's a recurring flow that runs after a couple of days. Since this Dataverse feature is still in preview, we do not get direct access to the tables. So I'm using HTTP requests to get the data. First, I get the token to authenticate my HTTP request, which will be in this next stage. Then I pass the JSON response, which I do a compose to make it easier for me to use the data. In the for each that comes through, since it brings back an array from their API, I loop through the records and send an email notification of the report. If you've enjoyed this in-depth walk, give us a like, share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.